Alliance to bring you geek news from across the Nostalgiaverse. They are Jacob's Toys and SuperSorrell. So strap yourselves in for the weekly live show that brings you toy news, TV and movie reviews, special guests, opinions, tangents, and bad impressions. Reveals, releases, thoughts, and maybe dreams. So prepare yourselves for the Geek Week in Review. Live.
We're back again.
Hello.
Here again. It's not even been 24 hours. Or maybe it has been 24 hours. Hello. This is the Geek Week Plus with me, Jacob's Toys, and of course, wonderful one and only SuperSorrell. Geek Week Plus. So anyone that's not familiar with the Plus episodes, these are basically little kind of shorter snippet episodes if something's happened or there's something to talk about. If you want to tune into the main show, it is every Sunday at 9:30 UK time. And if you're watching us on catch up, like a lot of you do, Mr. Sorrell, what they need to put in the chat.
Use the hashtag catch up crew.
Perfect. So yeah, why are we live tonight, Sorrell?
Well, today is International Podcast Day. So It felt only right for us to go live on that day.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. International Podcast Day, which I don't know how long this has been a thing.
No, I think it's a relatively new thing.
I'm here.
Oh, Jacob's dying already.
My internet holding up?
Just.
Is my internet holding? Is it just holding up? All right, my internet's a bit temperamental, guys, so bear with us. Yeah, I don't know how long this has been a thing. International Podcast Day. Is this a new thing? Is this a?
I don't know. So it basically just came up on, you know, like when you do that thing on your phone, it just comes up saying like today is International Podcast Day. So I was like, oh, what's that? I clicked on it. There's a whole website dedicated to it, internationalpodcastday.com, and it doesn't say when it started, but it's just a day for people that do podcasts to promote and basically do an episode of their podcast on this day and try and get new listeners.
Yeah, I mean, where I am in Chelmsford, they did a podcast festival, like a live podcast festival, and they got like a whole bunch of podcasters that were like local to kind of do an episode live from various places around the city centre, which was quite cool. But I didn't attend; I was working, so it was, like, you know. But I mean, it's a cool concept. But yeah, we just thought we'd use this opportunity personally to kind of look back, because we just rounded up on episode 172.
Yeah, God, yeah.
So episode 173 coming up on Sunday. So obviously we've been doing it for 3 years now. What is that?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Well, I was kind of trying to crunch the numbers. So if every one of our shows is about an hour and a half, and we've been doing it for 172 weeks, and that means we've done about 250 plus hours on our podcast, which is quite a lot. And that doesn't include any bonus shows or plus shows or special guest shows that we've done, because obviously we do a number of those depending on who it is that we've got coming on the show and things like this as well. So not including those, we've done like 3 years, 250 hours. I don't even know what the kind of watch times are and stuff like that, because we go out in different places, don't we?
Well, the thing is as well, we didn't even go live until episode 68, because the earliest one you've got, I'm just going on your channel now, because originally we used to stream out on your channel and we didn't even stream out on mine. It went out on yours. And episode 68 was the first time we ever went live.
Was it?
Yeah, that was the first show that we went live on, episode 68 over a year ago.
So we've been going live for over it, going live for over 100 episodes ago.
Yep, that's crazy, isn't it?
Thinking back to that, let's sort of go back to the beginning. My internet.
Wow, it was the 2nd of October 2022, the first time we went live. Me, you, and Ryan. And it was the first ever episode was the Hasbro Pulse con recap. However, you did put there is a spelling mistake in there, because it says Hasbro Pulse com instead of con.
Anyway, I was young. I was impressionable.
I love it.
But no,
love it.
So going back, so to some of our viewers that kind of weren't here at the beginning. So originally, the idea we came up with was that we were going to do the week in review. That's what we originally called it, wasn't it? And we kind of looked at everything that had come out We looked at kind of the toy news that had been announced, the TVs and stuff like that. Disney Plus was kind of just coming on board, wasn't it? I think it was like Loki kind of era that we.
It was. Do you want to know the exact date?
The first episode.
Yeah.
Go on, then.
So the first episode went out on the 20th of June, 2021. Episode number 1. Me and you, live on your. Well, it was pre-recorded on your channel over 3 years ago now, and it only got 54 views.
It's cute.
Like nobody listened to us. It was amazing, but we kept coming back week after week. We had like 2 or 3 people in the chat.
But after like the 60 odd episodes, we decided to do it live, didn't we? Because originally we were pre-recording it, and then it was going out on various different podcast channels and stuff like that. But then we found that the comments and the kind of engagement was the kind of way to go. So we decided to switch it to a live show, which I think was definitely a good decision. I much prefer it as a live show. I can actually do one better than that, and just to give you the date, because do you remember back at episode 100, we actually had a look back at our first episode?
Yes, we did.
And
oh my God.
Still got that clip. So this is just to celebrate International Podcast Day, right? And I just want, for anyone watching, right, it's only like a minute long. It's the intro to the first episode. It's the kind of the introductions, if you like, and then the kind of outro as well. And I just want everyone to appreciate how, I don't know, like confused we both look, and just kind of unsure of ourselves. Just let's have a look back at the old Jacob's Toys and SuperSorrell.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Jacob's Toys. Today we're doing something a little bit different. As you can see, I am joined by the one and only SuperSorrell, and we are looking at the week in review. So we're going to have a little bit of a chat about some of the things that have come out for Marvel Legends, the Star Wars Black Series, as well as some of the Disney Plus TV shows, and then also a little bit more about what else is going on in the kind of geek and nerd community. So SuperSorrell, thank you very much for joining. So let's jump straight in with Marvel Legends.
Yes.
Retro Sandman has recently been announced. Initial thoughts? Where are you at with it?
I'm just happy to have another Sandman in the collection that isn't going to, make me remortgage my house to afford one, because I missed the first one.
Did you? Have you not got the?
I've not got a Sandman at all in my collection.
Then I don't know. Maybe same time next week, and we'll have a look what's been going on.
Definitely another week's review, because as they said back in the days of 1966 Batman, same bat time, same bat channel.
That's it. And
my God.
We just look so like, I don't know.
Why am I like deer in headlights?
We're doing this back here. It just makes no sense. But we come a long way. I mean, it's quite cool looking back at the first kind of recording and seeing how different we are. Like, I'm really far away from the camera and you're really close to it.
I know.
Just makes no sense. But yeah. But no, that's cool. But yeah, we have been going for quite some time now, and a huge thank you to obviously everyone that's been kind of supporting us and joining in each week and joining in with the conversations and stuff. It's very much appreciated. But we're looking forward, aren't we, as well as looking back?
Yeah. Well, before we start looking forward, just one thing as well. We have been simulcasting, so doing it on my channel and your channel simultaneously since episode 93. So it was the 29th of March 2023.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was when we.
Because that's the first time. Yeah, because that's the first time I've got because I've just gone back on mine, and that's the first live I've got is the Geek Week in Review going out live, episode 93. Because we put in capitals in live stream in the description as well. Yeah. That was the first time that we all did it. Like, we all put it out on all our channels together.
Well, it's obviously progression of the the hardware and the software and stuff as well, because to go out across all the different channels was available to us when we first started. So it kind of, as it became available, we were like, yeah, okay, we'll do that. And now we go out on a whole bunch of different platforms and stuff, don't we?
It's crazy,
but it's fun. It's been fun. But the bizarre thing is, it doesn't feel like it's been as long as it has.
No, it don't. It really don't.
And I think something to definitely kind of, I don't know, pat ourselves on the back for is maybe the wrong word, but we've never missed a week, have we?
No, we've never. Like we've always had somebody covering, or we've done something to work it out, or we've gone out like early or something. We've never missed a week. Yeah, it's insane that we've managed to keep that up for all them years.
We've regardless of the time of year, regardless of holidays, birthdays, bar mitzvahs, like whatever it is that's going on, we've managed to keep going, which is really cool. So I'm really chuffed with that fact, and it's been fun. It's fun, you know. It's been good fun. We've talked about loads, though. Let's be honest. We've covered so much, and we've had tons of guests over the years, like loads of guests from.
Oh no, I think his internet's gone. Yep. And Jacob's internet's died, I believe, so I am now on my own for a few moments. Hopefully he'll come back in just a second. But yeah, we've had some amazing guests over the years. I mean, one of my favorite guests was when we got Ryan Penagos on from Marvel. He was like definitely one of my favorite guests that we've had on. Are you back?
Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah. Just, yeah.
It's very windy around here and it's blowing my internet out.
I was just saying Ryan Penagos was my favorite person we've had on.
Yes, Ryan Penagos was brilliant. He was a really cool guest, wasn't he? And obviously on the subject of podcast, he's obviously the co-host of the Marvel podcast, like the official Marvel podcast. So that was a real big one for us, I think, to have him on, and obviously for him to kind of give us a shout and push us and stuff. That was fun. But it was also interesting kind of hearing and learning quite a bit from him in that respect.
Yeah, but I've got to say the most fun guest I think we've had on, and it's not just saying that because he's on this weekend, but I do think Steve is like always. Every show we've done with Steve has always ended up in ridiculous hilarity, and we've always ended up with loads of clips to share afterwards, and we just seem to gel really well with him.
My favorite was when it might have been his first one on with us, actually, when he ripped open the 3 3/4 inch figure on live on air, like, and your reaction was just like priceless. And then he sent me 3 of them, and I ended up collecting the whole line, which is nice. Yeah, he's a good guest. He's a good guest. We've had loads on, haven't we? From different toy brands, from Hasbro, Diamond Select, Ramen Toys.
We had Ace on, didn't we, from Ramen?
Yeah, we also had Creative Fleet Studios tune in as well.
Yep.
Trying to think of some of the others, but we've had loads. We've really had loads, and then obviously a lot of other creators, which I think is a really I like the fact that we kind of have other creators. Like we're not kind of closed off, are we? We like having other creators on. We like, you know, pushing what people are doing in the creator community and stuff. So made some really good mates over it.
Yeah, we've had like the Brothers Geek Out podcast has been on. We had the UK pop collector at one point. We've had Empire Toys. We've had Dave Displays Model Behavior. 2047 Comics. We even delved into people on TikTok and stuff as well.
Yeah.
To get them on. But Nerd Zoic. I mean, we had Nerd Zoic a few times. He's always good to chat with. Brian, obviously Brian's action figure House of Geekery. My God, we've had loads. I'm just going through the list here, and it's insane how long it is. We've had a lot of guests over the time.
Girl Strikes Back.
Girl Strikes Back was on quite regularly with us in the beginning.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ryan.
Well, Ryan started as a guest, didn't he? And then just kind of hung around and became a co-host for like a year, which was good fun. But yeah, I mean, I think, at the beginning of this calendar year, we had pretty much a guest about 3 or 4 months, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we were really bang up to date with that. We need to do that again next year.
Yeah, I think so. I think maybe start off 2025 with a bundle of guests. But we are looking back and we are looking forward, aren't we? Because we've been talking about kind of where we want to take it and what it is that we're going to do with it and stuff. So we have got quite a few exciting things up our sleeves for 2025 and where we're taking the Geek Week. I like the fact that the name has kind of progressed as well. Like it started off as Week in Review and then Geek Week in Review and now just Geek Week.
I mean, one idea that I've really had that I haven't even spoke about this yet. So I'm going to tell you live on air what I think we should do. What I think we should do from I'm not sure we're going to start it next year when it's fresh. I don't know, or start it next month. But I think one show a month. It should be the last show of the month. We should call it Feedback, and we should see if we can get people like Shelley, Andy Roberts, Mick, people that are in the chat week in, week out, and see if they will jump on and chat with us and like hot seat it. So people don't have to stay on for long, but like people can just dial in and chat with us and give us, talk to us about their collections, what they're collecting, how, things they've bought this month, show us their collections if they want. You know what I mean? I think that would be a great community episode once a month and get the guys that tune in, week out to come join us.
Yeah, I agree. I think that'd be really good. I mean, literally like drop the link in the chat. And just have people kind of coming in. We do like a 5-minute
hot
slot,
seat.
10-minute slot. Yeah, like a hot seat. Like literally just.
Can we do a Graham Norton? If the borers, can we have like a big red chair that just?
I don't know if we could physically make them fall down in their own house, but we could definitely just eject them from the studio. That's fine. I think that'd be cool. That'd be cool because one of the key things for us with this with Geek Week is we always wanted it to be a community thing, didn't we? We'd never wanted it to just kind of be, us two just talking to the screen. We wanted to get people involved, and we had guests on from really early on. I think it was like episode 4 or 5. We had our first guest, and we kind of continued that because that's very much what it's about. It's not kind of just about us here talking and just waffling on. Apart from this episode, this episode is just us talking and waffling on.
And as well, I think we've obviously delved into TikTok, and I think we need to delve into some more guests from there because there is a community that is just TikTok central that isn't even on YouTube, and there's so many collectors on there now. But as well, Instagram. We need to jump back on Instagram and find people like what's he called, Sir Dork. Have you seen Sir Doc Photography?
Yeah,
he's amazing. He's the guy that he got famous from doing all the sparklers and explosions and I mean, you're big into your toy photography, so it'd be awesome to get some other toy photographers on that we can talk to about, like how they do their pictures and things like that. I think that'd be a really cool episode.
Yeah, I'd be well up for that. But I think.
Sorry, Shelley. This joke is never going to die, is it? Beth needs to come on and show us her cat lair.
This joke has been around for quite a while now, hasn't it? So, but
I think she's had delivery of her cat lair now. I think.
Have you seen the packaging for it? Have you seen the artwork?
Stop! The packaging for her cat lair. No, I haven't.
It's really nice. Like, it looks really good. Really, really good. But yeah, no, I like these ideas. I like these, and obviously. Any of you guys that, if you've got any ideas in regards to things that you would like to see on the show, then obviously drop us a message. You can reach us both on Instagram's probably the best way to direct message us both. But obviously, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever platform it is that you're on, if you send us a message, if there is something that you would like to see on the show or would like to see us include on the show, then of course let us know, because we are about changing. So, any suggestions of what people would like to see us do in the coming months and years, then let us know.
And from next year, what I'd like to suggest as well is once a week, we have to choose an action figure or like a figure release of the week, right? And then so that means we'll get 4 a month. Then at the end of every month, the last show of every month, we choose a figure of the month, right? Out of those 4. Okay. Then at the end of the year, we'll have 12 figures, and that will then technically then become our top 12 figures of the year.
Perfect.
I think that'll be a great thing, and I think people in the comments should be able to vote as well. We should have a voting system using the chat system and get people to vote on which one they think is like, if they agree with us, if they don't agree with us, and then we can kind of have like a community ranking of all the figures that have come out that year, more or less, or like our favorite ones.
Yeah, no, I like that idea a lot. I like that idea a lot. Just a little shout out there. Shelley said that Sir Dorcas featured a few of her picks on his YouTube monthly challenges. Well done, Shelley.
Nice. I need to sort out my diorama for it, because every single toy photography photo I do has got the exact same background. So
you know what, though, if it's not broken, don't fix it. What I would like to do as well, and I know we've spoken about this. We were going to do it this year, but a few different things got in the way. But we are going to do more in-person things where we're together at the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, we were supposed to do that. There was a couple of conventions we were either going to attend or that we'd been asked to, and then one or another got in the way to pull it off this year. But next year, we're definitely going to be putting that one into practice, aren't we?
Yeah. I think it would be doable if we tried to get it rolling. I think it would be doable if we tried to do it once a quarter, so we get 4 shows a year in like together.
Yeah, easily,
because that's achievable. That's very easily achievable.
100%. But no, I'm looking forward. I mean, so if what's that? Another 52 episodes for next year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to take us. So we're going to be like well close to episode 300 by the time we get to the end of next year, which is cool. Nuts. Yeah. But the interesting thing is we've stopped going out on podcast platforms, even though it's National Podcast Day, because of the change in YouTube. So we do our podcast via YouTube. So you can get it as a podcast via the YouTube channels, but we kind of came away from that side because of the engagement levels, because we enjoyed engaging with people more during the show as opposed to just putting it out there for people to listen to, because of it's more a community show.
And just to reiterate, people can, if they want, just listen to the show. That is possible. Our medium is very visual, though. We do put a lot of things on screen. We do talk about things that are more visual. But if you do want to listen to us, you can do that using the YouTube app for the YouTube audio. We are a free podcast that is available through YouTube audio, so you can just listen to the audio of us.
Yeah. And that's the key thing as well. It's all free. Like we've not kind of
nothing's behind a paywall.
No, we haven't put any paywalls on anything. There's no kind of, it's just us chatting. Like we enjoy it. The thing is me and Sorrell chat all the time. It's like most days we have a conversation about stuff that's going on, and Geek Week is just our way of expanding that conversation to a wider group. Andy Roberts said it'd be good to meet you guys at con or something. I'm glad that you specified con and not just kind of asked us to meet up randomly in an alley somewhere. That's very nice for you, Andy. But no, we would. That's kind of our plan, is that we're gonna pick out the conventions that we're definitely going to attend. We're gonna push them onto the show to let you guys know that we're there, and then obviously arrange for to meet up with people and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we were gonna sit down and work out his calendars, work out what conventions we're going to be at together, and then obviously we can list up what conventions Jacob's going to be at or what I'm going to be at, events wise and stuff like that. So you can either meet us, individually or together, whatever. Because obviously I do a lot of the northern toy circuit, which Jacob's not going to come up north every 2 weeks for a Doncaster toy fair. So
every 2 weeks, but I'm definitely planning a few.
But I mean, I attend a lot of toy cons that I don't even film anymore. I used to vlog religiously at every toy fair, and I stopped. But I mean, next year I really need to get back into that properly, because I go to the Doncaster Toy Fair like every time it's on. I am always there. So I mean, if anybody ever sees us at cons, please do stop and say hello. I'm always willing to chat with people. It's just that obviously you guys have the advantage. You see me on the screen every day. You know what I look like. I have no clue what you guys look like.
I must admit, it is quite nice when people do come up and say hello, because it's like I think you hit the nail on the head there. Like I don't know what a lot of people look like, and people don't go around with kind of their profile pictures on their t-shirts and stuff. So it's like it is difficult. So I must admit, when people have come up and kind of said hello and whatnot, it is nice. And anyone that has met me in person, and I'm sure Sorrell's the same, like we are exactly how we are here on screen. Like this is us.
Although I've got to say, it's slightly terrifying when I'm walking through the streets of my local town and some little kid screams out at the top of his voice, "SuperSorrell!" I'm like, no, I can't get used to that. That's weird. And again in the middle of Orlando in Harry Potter land, I'm in Diagon Alley with my wife with my little wand doing little magic spells, right? And some bloke walks past me and does this, and then goes, "Aren't you the toy guy off YouTube?" Didn't know my name, knew me as the toy guy.
I'm just looking at people's profile pictures now, just sort of what people would have on their t-shirts. Like, yeah, I think Shelley's I'd recognize. Like, yeah, but yeah, there we go. Ezra Gantos, Toddwell, Sean the Sheep, Lunar Spring. I do apologize. You threw a comment right in before we started. This was much earlier on, actually. So I don't know if you're watching live or whether you just kind of jumped in to ask a question. But he said, "I have a question. At Bratz Toys Collectables, and they have the Star Wars Black Series Acolyte Black Series. What's your favorite Acolyte character?"
Let me find what's her name.
I really like the Stranger. Like, I know they haven't made a Black Series figure of him, but they did do the replica helmet. And yeah, I really like the Stranger character, and I just think there was a lot of potential there for that kind of that early pre-Sith. Like that was quite what I enjoyed about the Acolyte.
The figure that I liked the most out of the collection was Jackie Lon, the Padawan.
X-23 actress.
Yeah, basically X-23. It was her, the actress. But yeah, the little Padawan character was, I think, the most unique out of the bunch of action figures.
Figure. Yeah.
Because you got to think, like, the other ones weren't really new sculpts, were they? They were just kind of new heads on the same body, really, more or less. Just different paint colors and stuff. But that was a whole new sculpt for that apprentice body. So it was really cool that they did that one.
A similar reason as to why I picked the Stranger is in the helmet, because they had actually modeled it on the actual helmet that was used. So they had, I think it was at San Diego or New York Toy Fair or whatever it was, like last year or the year before. And Lucasfilm had the helmet there, and the Hasbro team got to look at it and kind of inside out and pick it apart. So the replica helmet that you can purchase is pretty much an exact replica of the helmet used, which I think is quite a unique thing to have, even though the character and the show didn't go down very well. So there we go, Lunar Spring. That's our Acolyte information. I didn't go for that wave though.
I got sent it. I got sent it by Hasbro.
Yeah,
it wasn't my favorite wave though.
I was going to, and then I decided not to. So there we go. But yeah,
I just did that. I just did that tonight with the Street Sharks. I was like, I pre-ordered them ages ago when they first got announced, FOMO and all that. And then tonight I've kind of got a bill for like $100, and I'm like, I don't really want them that badly.
The thing is, at the moment we're on such a nostalgia trip. They're throwing so many things out from back in the day that I think it kind of hits the kid in you, and you kind of go, oh, this is what I wanted as a kid, and I can buy the whole lot now because I'm a grown up with adult money and no one can tell me what to do. But I think that there's almost a bit too much of a good thing. There are certain things that I'd like to wait for a little bit longer, and I just think with things like Turtles, Biker Mice from Mars, Street Sharks, like all of those kind of that era of action figures, they seem to all be available now, which isn't always a good thing.
Do you know what? I need to tell you a funny story. My daughter was really mean to me tonight.
Oh, really? Why?
Really mean. I was talking to my wife about what Halloween costumes. We're having the discussion of what Halloween costumes we're going to get this year, and I was like, should I do the cheesy thing and go as Beetlejuice? And I was sort of saying to Lynn, like, what character could I pull off? My daughter, without even skipping a beat, because she's on a Harry Potter kick right now, went Peter Pettigrew. Like, you little short, fat little rat man. Thanks for that. It was either going to be that or Penguin, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Oh dear! Did she know she was being funny, or was she just being mean?
No, she was just no. She didn't even realize she was being mean. Because I said it was child innocent of what because I said what character could I pull off, and she obviously went, well, you're short, round, you're old, you could be the Rat Man off Harry Potter.
Wow. The viewer children, like I'll have to think. Mine have definitely done some of that before. Even Shelley said I cancelled my Street Shark pre-ordering along with several others.
Thing
I
is,
do
as
wonder,
well,
though,
do you know what? I'm wondering whether they're going to show up in like a week's time in Smith's for like $22.99. You know what I mean?
well, that's my thinking. What I was going to say is I do wonder how the pre-order and cancelled pre-order thing is affecting the toy business, because you go back 5 or 6 years, you pre-ordered because that was the only way that you could get hold of something. You know, it was the only way of obtaining even Marvel Legends. You know, you'd go through in demand comics, cocktails, all that kind of stuff. You'd pre-order a wave because you know that you would then definitely get it, and it wasn't going to land over here, or it wasn't going to come over to the UK. Whereas nowadays, everything is pre-ordered. Something's announced, you get a pre-order, and it's almost like it's just the way that it works. And because there are so many pre-orders going out, there are a lot of people cancelling pre-orders. So does that mean all these Street Sharks that, I mean, there's 2 of us here in this collection of people talking that have had a Street Sharks pre-order and cancelled it. So is that going to have a knock-on effect, because there will be all these Street Sharks that are essentially put into production because they've been pre-ordered that are now just floating around looking for a shelf to fill? I think they're the type of figure that will end up in Smith's.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Smiths as well have a big deal clearly with Mattel, and it's a Mattel figure at the end of the day. And they do, if they can stock some of the rarer Masters of the Universe card back stuff, they can definitely get Street Sharks. And they've been stocking, like, they're getting a lot of the Collector and Howley Days, they call them, of the Monsters High stuff. They'll be starting to get like the holiday versions and things like that. So they're getting the rarer ones now in stock. So I mean, I really do think they're going to end up just showing up one day and on Smith's shelves, just a little Street Shark collection.
I think you're right. Because they're also the type of figure that even if you're not aiming at the retro kick, I know my boys, or at least my younger boy, would look at it and go, "That's cool. I want that." Like. And they kind of fit in a lot with the younger criteria of action figures. You think of things like Gujitsu and stuff like that, like they big caricaturized kind of heads and all the rest of it. Like 5-6-year-olds would look at Street Sharks and kind of go, "Yeah, I want that." Yeah,
100%.
There we go. Okay, look, Shelley's thrown this out. If anyone wants a Spider Punk, I've got one coming from Blue Owl. I got one from Star Action Figures recently, and this one I forgot I pre-ordered.
What on earth is Blue Owl, and why do I not know about Blue Owl? What is this?
So
what is this magicness?
If anyone is after a Spider Punk, I'm assuming that you're obviously talking about the new version, the kind of the black and purpley version. Hit Shelley up. Annie Roberts has said, "I'm still waiting for my pre-order Deadpool and Wolverine. By the time it gets here, the next film will be out." That's the Hot Toys one. But yeah, the Hot Toys. I tell you what, I didn't opt in for the Hot Toys new Deadpool because I've got, where is he? You can see my Deadpool up there from Deadpool 2, and it wasn't enough for me to kind of go, you know what, I need to change that. However, the Hugh Jackman Wolverine will definitely be joining him soon. Okay, Shelley said, no, it is the previous one. So the original Spider-Punk, the original Across the Spider-Verse Spider-Punk. I think that's quite.
This website's awesome.
Oh, little shout
Shelley,
out.
why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? I'm now going to spend money because they have things. They have Dracula. They have Dracula and Man. They have Dracula and Man Thing. That's very tempting.
What, the new Man Thing, the deluxe?
Yeah, they've got the Werewolf by Night Man Thing. I've not got that one yet. Man Thing and Dracula and Hellstorm. That might be tomorrow's purchase.
Yeah. Andy Roberts said this is going to be his first Deadpool, so he had to go for it. You know, a lot of people said the same. If I didn't have a Deadpool, 100% I would have gone for it. The reason I like the Deadpool 2 one, this one up here, is because it does come with the high heels as well. So there's something quite cool about that. It's got the high heels from that scene, and it's got the X-Men trainee top and everything like that. So it's a lot of fun. But the new one does look awesome, and obviously it comes with baby Paul as well, which was a hard pass for me. But yeah, but not a hard pass, a difficult one to pass. So yeah.
One thing we didn't get to talk about the other night on Geek Week, which I completely forgot to bring up. I went to the cinema to see the new Hellboy movie.
The new Hellboy. Oh,
there's a new Hellboy at cinemas, The Crooked Man.
Yeah.
It's based on a comic book. It's based on one of the Hellboy comic books. I actually own that comic book, and the movie was a straight adaptation, more or less scene for scene, like adaptation.
Amazing.
And it was comic book accurate. And what they didn't do is they didn't do the whole Hellboy was born in England in a church and he was a demon, and they didn't explain anything. They just started the movie with them on a train with the spider in the box going, we need to get this back to HQ, and then something happens and trouble awry, and they go on a little adventure. But yeah, there was no explanation. It was straight into the action. They just expected you to know who Hellboy was.
Who is it playing Hellboy? Is it somebody main or like big, or is it?
I didn't even recognize him, but that was probably part of why I liked it, because I didn't recognize a single actor in the whole movie. So I was invested in the characters, not the actor.
That is a 1/6 figure that's on my list. I want a Hellboy, but I'm not sure which version to get. Like, everything tells me to get the Ron Perlman version, because that's obviously your original Hellboy, and I loved his look. I dressed up as that for Halloween once, actually. Funny story. I made the big hand, and I made the tail, and the what's the coat called? Can't remember. Duster jacket. That's it. Made all that stuff, and then I made the horns out of foam, and I'd kind of cut them all and painted them all, and I painted all my face up and everything. I was all in my costume. I was very, very drunk, and I didn't know how to attach these horns, so I super glued them to my head. Like, in my absolute drunken stupidity, just super glued these two horns to my head, and I went out. They stayed on all night. It was amazing, and I looked great, and it was great fun. I had loads of pictures taken, and then I got home and I just pulled them off. But because I'd painted my face first, the glue had kind of stuck to the face paint, and somehow didn't. So yeah, if you ever want to super glue your head, face paint first and then super glue. Yeah, why, I have no idea. But yeah, I dressed up as Hellboy as well. That's another one of my my fancy dress costumes. But no, I do want to get a Hellboy 1/6 scale, and I'm not sure whether I should get the classic kind of Ron Perlman one, or get the David Arbor one, or get the potentially new one that will be coming out. Do really like the Ron Perlman design.
Yeah, so I got sent the Mezco one, and I got really excited because I was like, oh, Hellboy Mezco, that's gonna be amazing, jacket and everything. It was the new Hellboy. It was the crappy Hellboy, the remake crappy Hellboy.
David Arbor one.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want that one now.
That is a shame.
I wasn't really into Mezco at the time. I kept calling them Mego for God knows how long. So it was like one of my first ever Mezcos that I ever got, and yeah, I was very unappreciative. I can't lie. But just to go back to what you were saying, by the way, Ron, it was played. This new Hellboy is played by the bloke who played Black Tom in Deadpool.
Yeah.
So practically a nobody, really. He was in Baywatch as well, apparently. Those are his two claims to fame.
Wow. Do you see that comment?
What is going on? What?
I'm not even going to do him the justification of putting that up on the screen. You know what?
Was that?
I would question it to be authentic if they hadn't said worth the $50, because you're not going to pay someone $50. Right, we'll block them and we'll delete that.
What on earth was that?
The bizarre.
I love it. The bizarre world of the internet.
Oh, I know. There are some weird people out there. But Shelley said JT is Hellboy. What other costumes do you have? I don't have these costumes. These are costumes that I produced for one Halloween or one time and then disappeared. I think the only other one that comes to mind straight away is I did do Two-Face once with like full prosthetics and everything. I sewed 2 suits together. One of them I like burnt and covered in bleach and stuff. And then I sewed it together with like a proper suit and slicked my hair back. And it was the year that the Dark Knight came out, or the Halloween after Dark Knight. So I went out and every other person was dressed as Heath Ledger's Joker. And then there was me as Two-Face. So I was taking pictures with loads of Jokers because they're like, oh, can I get a picture of you? There's like Two-Face and Joker, Two-Face, which is great. But after about 7 drinks that people have bought me, I was like, yeah, I'm done now. I don't want any more pictures. But yeah, I've definitely done Hellboy and Two-Face and Goblin King. But yeah, I've always wanted to really do a serious cosplay for like a Comic-Con or something, but I've never really I've kind of gone, oh, okay, I'll do one, and kind of started throwing ideas around. And then as the conventions kind of got closer, I'm just like, actually, I just want to go and do the convention, you know. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. You're a bit shell shocked by that comment.
I'm just trying to work out who that even was. The comment's not even on Facebook, so I can't even see who they are, if they're on my friends list or what. I don't know who that was, what that was.
No.
How random.
Oh, bless you, Shelley. I'd make a good Thor. What, as in bro Thor with a beer gut, even though I don't drink. I do appreciate it. The long hair and the slightly round stomach would make, I'd make a good bro Thor, maybe. But yeah. I always joke with my kids because I got like my long hair and that I'll embarrass them at the swimming pools and stuff, like flicking it around. But maybe Thor. Maybe one year I'll do Thor. Thor or Winter Soldier I could probably pull off because of my hair. But that's about it. You're really shocked up by that comment, aren't you? You were trying to find for anyone, just for clarification, somebody commented something about a massage, directed it at Sorrell, saying thanks for the massage. It was very odd.
It was so weird. He's like, what? He's like clearly spam message, but he's like, because they put my name in there, someone's actually typed that. And you're like, who is this random person? Because I can't even find them on Facebook. They don't exist.
No. It's Shelley said you got to share this comment. To be honest, yeah, I blocked it off because you know what? The funny thing is in the world of the internet, you do get some really random comments from time to time. So yeah, we like to keep them hidden. But yeah, it was saying about a massage.
And apparently it was worth $50.
It was, which is very underrated. That's you should charge more for your massages. Sorry. It's either, I'll tell you what, the random comments, I can tell you now, the random comments that you get, the spam comments, are either that they're either about some kind of massage or some kind of follower boost. They're the two, aren't they?
They're the two that you get all the time.
Something physical or let us grow your channel. And it's like, but thanks for tuning in. This is great. But yeah, International Podcast Day. You are so shell shocked. I'd take it as a compliment, mate. I'd take that as a real compliment.
There's now someone in the chat called Sponge Toilet. It's just a random old night, isn't it?
Nice. Sponge Toilet.
Yes.
We love it. Yeah, but no, International Podcast Day. I wonder if it will continue though. It'd be good if there's an International Podcast Day 2025, and then we can kind of look back at the year.
Well, I just had a quick look, and apparently they've been doing it since 2013.
Oh, really?
So it's been around a while.
So 11 years they've been doing that.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't ever remember seeing it before. Like maybe they're just pushing it harder. I suppose podcasts have kind of gone from strength to strength, haven't they, over the years?
Yeah, 100%.
So maybe. Same. Cool. All right. Anything that we want to talk toy-wise before we kind of go into Sunday show? Is there there's not anything that's kind of happened in the last 24 hours, is there?
Oh, there's a little bit. There is a little bit. Let me just get my things up. Let me go. So one thing that
Keep it Geek Week and keep it Geek Week. do a little bit of toy news as we're on air.
Yeah. Alex Ryan's in the chat as well. Good evening, Ryan. Hope you're good. Alex even, sorry. Completely messed up his name. Right, here we go. So there was a little bit of toy news today. SH Figure Arts did a massive drop of like their stuff. So they kind of released that they've got there's a load of anime ones that we don't really touch upon. But one that did actually make me kind of go ooh and got me a little bit excited was a Yu-Gi-Oh figure. Do you remember Yu-Gi-Oh?
Okay. Yeah.
The Dark Magician.
Oh, nice.
I kind of like that. I do kind of like that thing.
Does it come with that backdrop? Is that like a base or is that just graphics?
No, that's just graphics. Oh no, it comes with the yellow backdrop. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's a nice.
Let me just do this, and you can see it a bit better. They've only got renders at the moment, really, by the looks of things. But this is what it's going to look like when it's done.
Oh yeah, no, that's cool. I don't like the flight stand holding that base up.
No, its machination stands out the best, but the figure itself looks pretty cool. Obviously, based on the Dark Magician from Yu-Gi-Oh, it was Yugi's favorite card to use in the television series.
Yeah.
And obviously they're going to look at the size of that. Look at that big blue-eyed white dragon. Look how cool that is.
That is
I've got a nostalgic soft spot for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones that came after Pokemon that captured my attention because I wasn't ever really big into Digimon. Digimon never did it for me.
No, see, Digimon I wasn't big on my Digimon.
What else did we get today? We had one more thing. Oh, did you see that Chucky was cancelled as well?
Oh, was it actually cancelled? I thought you were just sending a
picture.
No.
So this morning we got the announcement that the Chucky will not be renewed for its 4th season. They are ending it at 3, and people are just waiting to see. Yeah, they've officially ended it. It ended with series 3.
Has season 3 wrapped?
Yeah, season 3's done and been out. It's done. It's on DVD now.
Did it leave on a cliffhanger then, or
not really? The kind of
really ill and old and stuff.
Yeah, so basically the spirit of Damballa, the voodoo priestess who gives Chucky life, basically got upset because he stopped killing people. So he basically became president of the United States and started killing people in the Oval Office. You can see why it got cancelled. But Don Mancini, who makes them, has basically said, he was quoted as saying, as Chucky always says, I'll always come back. So he said it's not the end of the Chuckster.
No.
But just going back to SH Figure Arts, they did launch these as well, which do look pretty nice. So some Star Wars figures.
Yeah. Alex Ryan said about the Han Solo being a must.
Yeah, the Han Solo face print is amazing.
They've really captured that smirk. I look quite like the Anakin one though.
Yeah, so you got Chewie.
Chewie looks a little bit horror.
Yeah, he does a little bit. His facial expressions are a bit nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Han Solo is pretty cool.
That Han Solo is very cool. Yeah, that smirking head sculpt is wicked.
Yes, he looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
And as well, there you go. Hey, classic pose.
Yeah, that's very.
See,
cool.
Look at that. That's cool. They do look good together. But yeah, the Anakin. I don't know about the face sculpt on the Anakin though. It looks a bit weird.
Yeah, that evil one's good though.
Yeah, the evil one's good. And they've got a really nice shot. There you go with the Ahsoka as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
You can see the arm joints on it. That's the only problem. If you look like that, that's ruined by the joint.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a shame.
There you go.
Oh, that's the that's from the Ahsoka show, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yoda's cool.
Yoda.
Yeah.
I always preferred the SH Figure Arts Yoda because I think he's more in scale than the Black Series one. The Black Series one was always too small.
Yeah. But that's a
Whereas
cool
that
head
one
sculpt.
looks decent.
That closed eye head sculpt is very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. His little chair.
And he comes with his little chair.
He does. So yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
I need to stop looking at those before I start buying things.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. Was that
if I was ever gonna get back into Star Wars, it probably would be a more expensive line, like I said, Figure Arts or Mayfex or something.
I'm just kind of debating what I want my first Hot Toy scale figure from Star Wars to be, because I haven't got any Star Wars Hot Toys are a big thing. Like there's a lot of different characters out there, and I know I need to get something, but I just don't know whereabouts I want to go. Do I want to go
Mandalorian?
Do I want to go original? See, I thought about Mandalorian, but then I was kind of like, you know what? It's a bit cliche to kind of get the Mando, but the Mando Hot Toy figure does look cool.
Yeah, but it depends. It needs to be a figure that you actually want.
Yeah, like like Episode 3 Anakin. I think if I was gonna get one, it would be Episode 3 Anakin. Although Alex Ryan has said it's got to be Darth Vader. He's the face of Star Wars. Yeah, it's very true. That is very true. And Shelley said, "Oh my God, I need those," as in the SH figure art. So there we go. So it's 1-1 now between you and Shelley. She's giving you Blue Owl. You've given her the Star Wars figures. But there we go. So anyway, it's just a short and sweet show tonight, weren't it? We were just jumping on just to mark International Podcast Day. So really, this was just a way of us saying thank you to everyone that does tune in, that does join on, comments along, joins us, whether it's a plus show, whether it's a regular show, and of course everyone that watches on catch up as well. We have a lot of exciting things planned for the future. It's always fun to look back, but this is not anywhere near the end of the Geek Week. We are very much continuing and very much going to be taking it to new levels next year.
Yeah, definitely.
There we go. Anything else?
No, that was kind of it from me.
No, I'm gonna save that flashback clip and we'll play it again in a year. So we played that on episode 100. This is nearly in between 72 and 73. So maybe on like episode 250 we'll put it out again. So there we go. Cool. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll be back on Sunday. Don't forget, we got Steve Evans, aka Mr. Stevie 18, joining us. No doubt that is going to be a very fun show indeed.
Oh yeah.
Like always, check the description of the video. Check us out on various different social media platforms. But until then, keep it geek.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and of course subscribe. Tune in next week for another live show. Until then, keep it geek. www.geekweekinreview.co.uk